And we are back on the Parker Love Sports YouTube channel. What's up? How's everyone doing? And Broncos fans, we have got our guy. We have hired George Paton as our next GM of the Denver Broncos. Love this move. He was my number one candidate. I know I didn't make a list of my top candidates, but George Paton was my top candidate if you saw on Twitter, which if you haven't followed, it's linked down below. And while you're at that, maybe hit subscribe on the channel. But yeah, George Paton was the number one candidate for me on all the GMs that we were interviewing, and I think this is an amazing hire. A 6-year deal, and yeah, I couldn't be more happy with this deal. And what does this mean for Broncos fans? Well, the first thing I want to say before we get into what he has done is George Paton, and yes, it's pronounced Peyton, not Patton. George Paton has not only been one of the hottest GM candidate names this year, but he has been one of the hottest GM candidate names in the past few seasons, and he keeps turning down these offers to be GM because he wants to get in the right situation. He obviously thinks the Broncos are the right situation, and yeah, this is an amazing hire, and this is an amazing hire for the Broncos because he is definitely going to be the guy to turn this organization around. Now, the first thing is what's going to happen with Drew Lock in the quarterback position. Well, personally, I think we should still continue to keep Drew Lock and give him one more season. Will that happen? Maybe, maybe not. George Paton, in his time with the Vikings, they drafted a first-round quarterback twice. In 2011, they drafted they drafted Christian Ponder in 2011, and in 2014, they drafted Teddy Bridgewater. They traded their first-round pick in 2016 for Sam Bradford. They acquired Brett Favre and Kirk Cousins in free agency. So what does this mean for the Broncos quarterback situation? So you guys know my thoughts on wanting to give Drew Lock another season. Hopefully that happens, but some things that could happen in the offseason is the Broncos could go after Matt Stafford. So if we do go after Matt Stafford, I wouldn't be mad at it. I think he is a great quarterback, could possibly help us reach a Super Bowl this upcoming season, at least make it back to the playoffs. But if we do go after Matt Stafford, don't send away a first-round pick. Do not give away the number 9 pick because that is too much for Matt Stafford. With his age right now, I don't feel comfortable giving up a first-round pick for a quarterback for 1 or 2 seasons. So if we do have to go after Matt Stafford, try not to be a first or a second-round pick. A third-round pick is still a lot, but I wouldn't be as mad with a third-round pick and some other stuff, of course, in that deal. And then in the first round, obviously, they drafted 2 first-round quarterbacks, Teddy Bridgewater, Christian Ponder, neither of which really worked out for the Vikings. But if Paton thinks that there is a quarterback he likes in this draft, say he likes Justin Fields or Zach Wilson, do not be surprised if Paton goes up to make the move, because if he likes a quarterback, he is going to go after that guy. He does not want to, if he thinks it's a can't-miss prospect, he doesn't want to miss out. So he could do that, or we could go after some free agent quarterbacks this offseason. Off the top of my head, I really can't think of any free agent quarterbacks. There's Mitch Trubisky and some other guys. I can't remember if Jameis Winston is or not, but we could go after a quarterback in free agency. So personally, I do want to stick with Drew Lock, ride it out with Drew for another season, and hopefully things turn out. But Paton could have a different image of what he wants to do at that position. Also, George Paton has worked, and pardon me if I keep saying Patton, because I know it's Peyton, and I just got to train my brain to say Peyton. And then since 2007, when George Paton joined the Vikings, this is all by Zach Stevens, by the way, on Twitter. So go follow Zach Stevens if you haven't already. Great reporter. Since 2007, when George Paton joined the Vikings, they've drafted 12 defensive backs in the first 3 rounds, and then they used 5 first-round picks on defensive backs. And the Broncos, one of our biggest needs this offseason is corner. So it would not surprise me if during the draft we draft Patrick Surtain, Caleb Farley, J.C. Horn, one of those guys in the first round, because it to me it's a weaker position with Boye getting older, Bryce Callahan getting older and injury prone, and just having Ojemudia and Isang Bassi as 2 rookies. I would want to add another rookie corner back to that mix, and I think that using a first round pick on one of those defensive backs would be useful. And obviously George Paton has a track record of doing so. George Paton is he loves to lock down in-house talent, so that's gonna be obviously good news. Re-signing Justin Simmons, that's the big one this offseason. Getting a long-term contract done with Justin Simmons, re-signing Shelby Harris for a couple more seasons, and then Von Miller, Phillip Lindsay, those guys who are in need of contracts. Now, will all of them get a contract? Probably not, but I'd say Justin Simmons is almost guaranteed to get a contract with the Broncos this offseason. And like I said, probably we'll see what happens with the quarterback situation. Deshaun Watson, I would not mind a trade for. I do not think it will happen, so don't go calling for his head if it doesn't happen, because just don't expect that. Don't get your expectations up that we're trading for Deshaun Watson. Man, yeah, I don't know. It'd be exciting, but I don't think that it's gonna happen. Anyway, Broncos fans and NFL fans in general, let me know what you're thinking about this hire. I really like it. This was my number 1 GM candidate, and I'm excited. I'm excited for this offseason. I'm excited to see who we re-sign, who we sign in free agency, who we draft. I'm really looking forward to this year's draft, and so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be back with another video soon, another mock draft soon, some hockey videos soon, because hockey is my second favorite sport. So, of course, I'm going to be coming up with some hockey videos. And, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like for more videos. And if you want me to make a video on some head coaching hires for other teams, because I'm a Broncos fan, but if you want me to do, say, Urban Meyer gets hired by the Jaguars, make a video on that, let me know. And, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.